Hey, what's up, everybody? It's P. Rich from the Hatch Boys. Today I'm going to be reviewing and discussing Abigail. Abigail is a 2024 horror comedy film directed by Matt Bettinelli Alpin and Tyler Gillett from a screenplay written by Stephen Shields and Guy Busick. So the film follows a group of kidnappers who capture uh, the daughter of a powerful underworld figure and demand 50 million for her release, unaware the young girl is actually a vampire. It starts. It stars Alicia Weir as Abigail, uh, also Melissa Barrera from the Scream films, the newer Scream films, Scream 5 and 6. It also stars uh, Dan Stevens, Catherine Newton, uh, Will Catlett, Kevin Durand, and Angus Cloud, and also Giancarlo Esposito, Frank from Breaking, or uh, Gus from Breaking Bad. Yeah. Um, so yeah, getting into this film here. Uh, so yeah, the plot summary in this film, basically, it's in New York City. Young ballet dancer Abigail is abducted by six criminals and recovered to a mansion before leaving. Their leader, Lambert, instructs them to guard Abigail for 24 hours, at which point they will receive an equal share of $50 million ransom paid by the father.
What's your name? Mine's Abigail. You can call me Joey. Do you have any kids? I have a little boy.
So yeah, and then they're using fake names to avoid any members from identifying one another. If the uh, criminals were ever reprehended, like ever caught, and they had to snitch them out. So the group consists of former army medic and recovering drug addict Joey. That's Melissa Barrera, and former NYPD detective Frank, uh, thrill-seeking hacker Sammy, former Marine sniper Rickles, a dim-witted mob enforcer, and Peter, a psychopathic driver, Dean. Uh, though they continue with the plan as she was unaware that the target was a child. Joni is tasked with managing Abigail. Joey is sympathetic to her, sharing that she has a son and promising to protect Abigail from harm. Yeah. Then Abigail admits her father does not care about her and will not pay the ransom. Before apologizing for what's about to happen to them, Joey Abigail's words, Frank violently confronts her, learning that her father is Christophe Lazare, a powerful almost mythical crime lord.
Do you know what a pinky promise is? If you behave and do as we say, I pinky promise you, it'll all be over soon.
Joey?
Yeah.
I'm sorry about what's gonna happen to you.
What the fuck?
Shit, we gotta get out of here.
I think she knows something.
Guys? Guys?
Oh, no!
What the fuck is that thing? We kidnapped a fucking vampire. A ballerina vampire. Okay, how do we kill a vampire? What are we talking about? Like an Anne Rice or True Blood? You know, Twilight? Stake through the heart. Daylight is a big one.
All right, let's go kill us a fucking vampire. Ready?
At least one. Yeah, for some reason. Fucking hilarious.
Can I say? I like playing with my phone.
Whoa! She's fucking flying! I fucking hate ballet.
Yeah, so after this Dean guy tried flirting with Sammy, and she like just totally not into it, and he's unsuccessful with flirting with Sammy. So Dean enters the basement where he is attacked by an unseen assailant, and then investigating his scream, Sammy finds Dean's head decapitated corpse. That looks great. Like um, they did a really good job with the practical effect of that scene with his body headless and then his head. It looked great. And then so after Sammy finds Dean's decapitated corpse, the group realized that Lazar's legendary violent enforcer, Valdez, must be inside the house. And yeah, they try to leave, but the home security system seals the property, preventing them to escape. Sort of like from Dusk Till Dawn. I get a little bit of from Dusk Till Dawn, uh, like vibes throughout this film, like just here and there. Uh, but yeah. So, anyways, while looking for a way out, Rickles is mutilated and killed. Then the group confronts Abigail for information, but she transforms. Yeah, she gets out of her cuffs. She's like manipulating them, and um, yeah, she was the one who was killing them, right? And they think it's uh, this Lazar's enforcer, Valdez, and so, anyways. But it's Abigail the whole time. So she gets out of her cuffs, and then she turns into, yeah, she transforms into a vampire, and yeah, then she attacks them, and then Frank shoots Abigail, but her injuries instantly heal, and the group flees. Yeah, then they return and attack Abigail with like knowledge from like vampire movies. And this is another scene that kind of reminded me of from Dust to Dawn, like when Harvey Keitel's character was like, "So what do we know about vampires? Like real vampires, like in the movies, like sort of like the myth of it." Yeah, it's sort of like the same thing. Anyways, so yeah, the tropes of the vampire lore, such as garlic and crucifixes, and her strength and speed allow her easily overwhelm them and prevent the group from stabbing her through the heart with the wooden stakes. Yeah, the rest of the shit does not work. So like basically just like a stake in the heart would be like the only thing that would kill her, or sunlight. And then so Joey successfully uh, like Joey jabs her with like a syringe that puts her to sleep and knocks her out, and then like a tranquilizer. So then as Abigail's like tranquilized, she's the team were like able to move her into like in this little prison cell thing. And uh yeah, and then she's like just basically trying to manipulate each and one of them to like let her out. And then so she ends up um, getting Sammy to open the door, and then she bites Sammy upon um, awakening. The centuries old Abigail reveals that she knows the group's true identities and arrange for them to abduct her, though Lambert, um, so she can kill them, as each was wronged her father. Joey, Joey like has killed like dozens of Abigail's, uh, uh, like other vampires. I'm guessing, like dozens of her father's enemies in failed effort to earn his love. So Abigail like and escapes her, and then she escapes and attacks Frank, but Joey rips wooden planks off a window and exposes Abigail to sunlight, which severely wounds her with only hours before sunset. The group splits up to find an escape route, but Sammy is transformed into a vampire. Yeah, that scene's pretty funny. I got a good kick out of that scene. Uh, so then Sammy attacks Frank and Joey, and then forcing Joey to destroy Sammy with sunlight. Yeah, she just fucking explodes. It looked cool as fuck. Like it actually looks like good. But, yeah. So then Lambert lures Frank and Joey to the hidden security room where he reveals Abigail turned him into a vampire years earlier for helping Frank avoid Lazar's wrath. Then Frank allows Lambert to turn him into a vampire so they can work together to kill Abigail and Lazar. But following his transformation, Frank kills Lambert. Lambert's uh, what's his name? Gus from Breaking Bad. Yeah, I didn't even know he was in this fucking movie when I watched this yesterday, and I did do like a first time watch to this, but yeah, I tried getting it out there, and YouTube wasn't having it. So, anyways, so then Frank kills Lambert, for leading him into Abigail's trap, and then Abigail attacks Frank, but he overpowers her and drains some of her blood, and then leaving her to be like weakened, and then yeah, she's not dead yet, and then she's or what's his name? And then yeah, Frank is like cornered, and then Joey leaves a phone message for her son apologizing for having been absent from his life for many years, revealing in his power. Frank bites Joey, intending to turn her into a vampire as well, uh, and then basically he's like forced to kill Abigail eventually her own son. Like yeah, turn her into a vampire. And yeah, that's what I got. So if she was going to be a vampire, basically uh yeah, she does turn into a vampire, but they end up killing Frank. And then so like if you're bitten by a certain vampire and that vampire dies, then you become human again. um, which it was pretty good. And there's quite a few twists in this movie, which I like. You think it's going like one direction, but then it completely goes in a whole different direction. And it's like, yeah, it's good. Um, so then, uh, however, Joey's transformation fails due to Frank's inexperience with his new abilities, and she and Abigail team up to kill him. And then Abigail encounters Joey to leave and be like in her son's life. But then Lazar arrives and threatens Joey. Then Abigail defends Joey for being present when she needed her while Lazar was not around. And then, although Lazar angrily like tries, yeah, to like kill, I don't know, like it was like I forget. Was he trying to kill Abigail's? Anyways, so then allows the and then yeah, he allows Joey just to leave. So yeah, and that's how it ends. So I mean, yeah, wow, I was really taken back by this fucking movie, man. It's awesome. So yeah.
Please let me out. I'm scared.
Cut the shit. You're really good at pretending to be a little girl.
Thank you.
Quick question. Who's inside a cage right now? What do we know about vampires? How do we kill it?
Crucifixes.
Stake
And
through the
she
heart.
just in that
Eli
scene
was a
she
big one.
yeah,
We need to find a way out of here. We
there's
split
a
up.
lot of great scenes in this movie.
This is just a game to her.
What can I say? I like playing with my phone.
Hello?
So yeah, Damn. So yeah, I really like this movie. A lot more than I thought I would, to be honest. I heard a lot of great things about the film for sure. But yeah, I'm always the type of person. It's like I have to see it and decide for myself whether if I like it or not, and instead of by taking everybody's word for it. I mean, most of the time, some people I'll listen to when they're usually right about something. Yeah, I'll listen to them. But yeah, I really liked this movie. It was good. Uh, like how I said, like yeah, there's like quite a few twists in this movie, and you think it's going in one direction, then it completely goes in a different direction, but in a good way, not like a bad way. I would say like the only issue I have about this movie would be like the very end. Like it's not even that bad, but I would come up with a better ending for sure. But anyways, it's not like I don't like the ending that we got. I thought it's pretty good and all. Um, so yeah, getting into the characters of this film, Melissa Barrera as Joey, like she's good. Um, yeah, like her character, she's just she lets her emotions go from her son, and that's the thing about Abigail. Abigail knows how to get into your head and like manipulate the situation, and like it was awesome how she played off like she's just this sweet innocent little like she's the sweet little innocent hostage victim in this whole thing, and there's like some of these people getting killed and nobody knew what the fuck is going on. They thought it was just uh, this Lazar's guys, men doing it all. It's fucking great, I think. And yeah, so Joey, I mean, uh, she was alright, I guess. But Melissa Herrera, I mean, she's a good actress, and I thought her performance was good and everything. So Dan Stevens as Frank, eh, he's fucking funny. I get a kick out of him. Yeah, I'd say he's basically like the funniest thing in this movie. Like just everything he says, and just like oh man, his personality is just funny. Uh, yeah, I mean Frank's character is kind of fucking douchebag too, but I get a kick out of Frank for sure. Dan Stevens, yeah, Dan Stevens did a great job as well. Um, but yeah, then he's like uh, to Lambert, he's like tribute to a vampire and all that shit. It's like fuck, okay, whatever. But that's the thing with Frank's character. Yeah, he's kind of a douchebag. And Abigail, Alicia Weir. She's great. Yeah, she played her role really well for a kid. Yeah, she did a great job. And Abigail's like character itself. Um, yeah, she plays like this sweet little ballerina, like innocent little girl. Like it's awesome. It's really believable. For sure. Her performance, just like her character. Yeah. She's good at mind fucking people for sure. Yeah, she's fucking brutal too, man. That scene, like I'm saying, like I can't show like a lot of clips anymore because YouTube will just fucking strike me or whatever. But anyways, who cares? But yeah, definitely check out the movie. But yeah, the scene I'm talking about when this what was his name? was it Dean? Uh, yeah, when he's revealed by what's her name? Uh, Sammy. When Sammy sees Dean's headless body there in his head, like that looked fucking great, man. Anyways, yeah, that scene's great. And so Rickles as Will Catlett, he looks like Elon Musk. I think. I think he looks a lot like Elon Musk. I got a kick out of that. But I mean, yeah, his character, he was okay. Like, yeah, they all have secrets and all that shit, but like, who doesn't and all that. But yeah, he wasn't overly bad. Like, he's kind of a little. I would say he's dumb, but maybe just a little dumb at some things, I guess. But anyways, yeah, it was great. I think I liked his character. He was good, and the guy who played Regal's Will Catlett. I mean, he did a good job. Yeah. So right, going back into like each of these characters again. Right. So Joey was was like a medic in the army and a drug user. Um, and then Joey was a former NYPD um, detective, and or I mean, was that no right? Joey, sorry, I fucked that. Right, Joey is the medic, in the military, and a drug user, and then Frank is the NYPD detective. Uh, Frank, yeah, and then uh, Wriggles is a dim-witted mob enforcer. Yeah, from like Montreal. He's Canadian or whatever, and that Dean guy, the next guy. I I didn't like him at all. He's like a sociopathic. He's like a getaway driver, man. The guy is just he's fucking cringe throughout this movie. He like I don't know, just the way he comes off, and he's thinks he's like black. He's like a wigger. He's a fucking wigger, and just like the way he talks, it's like oh, it's cringe, man. The guy's fucking cringe. Uh, right. So and then uh, Catherine Newton as Sammy. Her character is basically just like a girl who gets whatever she wants, and she's just in this whole thing for like the thrill of it and whatnot. Yeah, I liked her. She's kind of funny too throughout the film. Yeah, so I didn't mind her character and Catherine Newton playing her. Well, the actress. Yeah, she was good. Uh, so then, um, hold on, fuck, who did I got them mixed up. I think Riggles is the black guy. I'm pretty sure. I even forgot about that guy, man. Oh shit. And right, okay, Peter's the guy from Canada. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, but anyways, Riggles is like, yeah, he was like, he seemed like a good guy and all, like not too much of like a fucking douchebag like that Dean guy. Yeah, Riggles was okay. Uh, I sometimes like forget that he was even in this. But anyways, yeah. So I got Peter mixed up with Riggles, and Riggles mixed up with Peter. Yeah, Peter. Yeah, I like Peter. But he's kind of like dim-witted. Yeah. But anyways, so who else? Yeah, that Dean guy, like I was saying, yeah, fucking annoying, man. He's cringe. And then we get Lambert, um, Gus from Breaking Bad, G. Giancarlo Esposito. I know I'm brutal at pronouncing some names sometimes, guys. So sorry about that. I apologize. But yeah, he's great. He's always great in everything I see him in. He's fucking awesome, especially uh, as a vampire in this. Yeah, I get a kick of. He's not in a whole lot. He doesn't get a whole lot of screen time in this movie, but yeah, he was good. And uh, Giancarlo, like he's great in everything he plays, and he really is. He's a great actor. And then Matthew Good is like Dracula. I'm assuming, yeah, Dracula is father. What do you see of him? I'm just like, meh, whatever. To be honest, I don't even think they really need to put him in this fucking movie. I don't know, maybe have done it in a different way. That's the only thing that I didn't really like about the movie. Just that ending, like where the father shows up. I think they could have went a different way with it, but whatever. That's just me. Yeah. So getting into the technical elements of this film. Um, yeah, I thought the story is great. Like it's fucking awesome. Yeah, I never watched the trailers to this. I went into this movie blind. I thought this movie was like a set piece back in like the 1800s or like the early 1900s. That's what I thought. But yeah, it's like a modern day film, which I really enjoyed. It's great. Um, yeah, the storyline to this is great. Like the concept of it, I thought it's really good. Yeah, the editing, I mean, is fine. The editing is good. Uh, yeah, it's good pace film too, and the lighting they use in this movie is really well done. Is also the colors, yeah, great lighting. Yeah. Uh, let's say, um, yeah, the practical effects are great. I really like it. I mean, there's some CGI used, but you could barely even notice it. Like, and it's not bad CGI. They used it very well. Mostly just when they explode. I mean, some of it might be practical, but I mean, I think they did add a little CG to some of the scenes in this movie, but it's not like horrible. It doesn't take you out of it whatsoever. Yeah, the makeup looks great when Abigail see her transform into the vampire. I thought looked fucking awesome, especially when you see the blood on her face and her teeth and her eyes. Yeah, it's great. And yeah, when she got shot in the head and then she wipes it off, yeah, that's a little CGI, but it's not bad. Like I said, it doesn't take you out of this movie like a lot of other movies do nowadays. I find with their CGI, some of them are just brutal, but this one it works and it looks good. Um, yeah, the costume design I thought was good. I thought it was good. Yeah, she's like a little ballerina, fucking vampire. It's great and. Yeah, it works. In the settings, I mean, like this big, huge fucking mansion. And yeah, like go back to the story of this film, like the concept of it. It's great, like how you see this team break into Abigail's house to steal her. Like that whole scene, that whole setup where uh, they're like following her from her ballet practice, or it was her practice, but her show or whatever she put on afterwards, and then the team's like getting ready to follow her and all that, and we're introduced to some of these characters and to this team, and I thought it was very well done. And then when they go to her house to kidnap her, that scene was fucking great too. Like, yeah, I thought it was very well done. And the concept of that is great. And then when they bring her to this mansion, and then we're introduced to uh, what's like Gus from Breaking Bad guy, his character. It's great. Like that whole setting of that house was awesome. Like, and throughout it, when they're trying to find a way out and trying to find Abigail, like that scene there where that girl falls in that fucking like where they keep all the bodies. Like, oh man, that was awesome. It like kind of reminded me of Poltergeist when the fucking girl falls in with those bodies. Um, but yeah, when Sammy, yeah, falls in with all the bodies, that was awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of great set pieces. I think that atmosphere in this movie is great. It does build a little some suspense. It seems well, not overly. Like I kind of mentioned, like you kind of see what's coming. Like you do. It's not overly predictable, I find, but uh, like I said, like you think it's going one way, that it's going to go in one way, and then it completely goes to a different way, different direction. Like, yeah, I really like that about this movie. Yeah, I thought it was funny too. The music, the music's okay and all. Nothing really too like amazing about it or anything. The music, yeah, it's just all right. The sound is great, like the sound effects you get throughout this movie and the set sound, yeah, it's good. Yeah, so I mean, I'm just trying to think of like some of my favorite scenes in this movie. I definitely like the first act, like I mentioned, when they kidnap her, bring her to the mansion. Then that Dean guy gets fucking his head decapitated off. Like it's kind of like a cutaway from his death when he dies, but then you see the aftermath of it, his head and his headless body sitting in the chair, like, and that Sammy girl walks up to him, and then his head just fucking rolls right off. It looked fucking awesome. Um, that scene is great. I like when Sammy turns into a vampire. That's a great scene. And where they kill Wriggles was good. There's Yeah, a lot of the scenes with Abigail when she's a vampire is great. She does like all this contortionist shit, man. Like it's cool. It's really cool to see. Like visually, it looks great. Um, I just wish they would have made Lambert like just I don't know have more screen time. I guess like not kill him off so easily by that Frank guy. I, if anything, man, I think they should have switched it around where Lambert just kills fucking Frank. To be honest, um, instead of having Frank kill Lambert and be like this badass vampire now. I don't know. Yeah, that kind of got me a little bit too. But other than that, it's great. Uh, yeah. So getting into the overall success of this movie, it was a $28 million budget and it made $35.2 million. Wow, I thought it would have done a lot better. Damn. Huh. Yeah, so I mean, that's a big budget, 20 million, and it only made 35.2 million. Wow. So it did make its money back and more, but not like a lot more or anything, you know. Um, so do I recommend Abigail? Yes, I do. I think it's one of my favorite vampire movies now, to be honest. It's definitely not my favorite. Fucking like Near Dark, I would say is probably one of my favorite vampire films. I'd say maybe Near Dark is, or maybe I would put like Fright Night or Salem's Lot, and then uh, what do you call it? Near Dark. This one's up there anyway, so yeah. Um, Yeah, and I would rate this movie a 8.5 out of 10 for sure. It really is like that good. It's just kind of like the ending I find just I mentioned before. But anyways, other than that, yeah. So yeah, that's my review for Abigail. Yeah, so I definitely recommend it. Um, yeah, so if you're new here, yeah, just please hit that like button and hit subscribe. Uh, yeah. Anyways, so and I got a lot of other um, content. Uh, yeah, I have a lot of other shit coming up on the show. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. I usually go like live like 3 or 4 times a week. Do watch alongs. So yeah. Um, all right, so I'll see everybody next time. Thanks for watching. All right, bye everybody.